Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll get started in just a couple of minutes to give everyone the chance to connect. So feel free to settle in and we'll begin shortly. In the meantime, could you please write in the comments if you can hear me clearly, if the sound is good? Just an okay in the comments will be fine from your side. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you very much. So we'll start in no more than 3 minutes. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. So let me say that during all the session, you are able to put your comments in the chat. You can put your questions, your questions, and will be answered that during the webinar. So the Q&A session is available on the chat. Great. In 2 minutes, we will start. 2 more minutes, and we'll get started on time. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, depending on the region that you are watching this webinar. Thank you very much for joining today. My name is Apostolos. I am Global Business Development Manager at Vortex Software. So today's webinar is about understanding computer-aided facility management. So what we call CAFM is the computer-aided facility management. It is a software solution for facility management. So today's webinar is about understanding CAFM in the modern facility management world and focus on the key considerations before you make an investment on that. So if you have already invested in this, it's a great also opportunity to go back again and run the loop from the beginning and check if you have more value to get most out of it. If you do not invested in a CAFM yet, this is a great opportunity to understand many things about the key considerations that you need to have in your mind before you invest. Is not a product demo, is not a technical deep dive, is not a sales pitch. Okay, the goal today is to help you understand why CAFM initiatives succeed or fail in facility management environments, and what really determines whether a CAFM delivers value or ends up underutilized in some cases. So by the end of the session, I hope you be able to evaluate the CAFM beyond features, ask the right questions internally in your organization, and understand what drives the real return of investment and not just the implementation of a CAFM software solution. So let's get started, and we're going to spend our 45 minutes approximately with this agenda. We will talk a little bit about our company, clarifying what really a computer-aided facility management software is. We're going to make a short comparison between ERP, case management systems, task management systems, because often we have a confusion there. Then we're going to focus to the 11 key influencing factors that you need to have to consider before a CAFM investment, a CAFM adoption in your organization. And we're going to close by how organizations typically can start the CAFM journey and wrap up all this. So very briefly, I'm going to talk to you about our company, about Vortex software. So Vortex software is an innovative software, a unique ecosystem of business software applications, industry-specific and purpose-built for technical operations. So we are a purpose-built ecosystem for technical operations. We are covering all aspects of technical operations. Could be a field service management, could be maintenance, could be asset management, could be facility management, could be project management. We're trying to driving the digital transformation of our potentials and our customers' technical operations. We're working for many different industries. So today the discussion is about a facility management software, but facility management is something really generic, so includes also some other things, some other industries. So like security systems, could be other kind of facilities like swimming pools, for example, that is really specific, HVAC systems, MEP systems, pest control services, fire safety systems. We also have soft services, okay? So we have pest control systems, cleaning services. And sometimes could be something more comprehensive like a property management solution, could be a landscape solution. This is a trend nowadays. Also, facility management is not only for buildings, but it's also for open spaces. So landscaping also has to do with that. Could be retail, could be shopping malls, supermarkets, could be also public buildings that have a unique way of thinking. I was saying that we have a global presence, so from any regions you are, from any region you are coming, you can still communicate with us. And we have an office in Greece, we have an office in Dubai, but we also have an office in some other regions. We have partners all around the globe, so you can communicate with us from any region. So now, what is the computer-aided facility management software? It's a unique software platform, is a purpose-built software for facility operations and helping organizations to do three things. So keep in your mind that we have plan, track, and optimize maintenance and service activities across your buildings, across assets, with the main purpose to prevent downtime and service disruptions. Okay? So keep in your mind these three things: plan, track, and optimize. Second bullet is to centralize work orders, asset registers, preventive maintenance schedulers, contractor management, and service requests in one system. So this will ensure the full visibility and control. Okay, so this is the second bullet. So the third bullet says that from a map to HVAC, to cleaning, to security, to soft services. So a computer-aided facility management streamlines daily operations, improve response times, and enables smoother and more efficient facility management. Okay, so let's get started by this. And keep in your mind that when we are talking for a facility management software, needs to have these three aspects: plan, track, and optimize the maintenance and service activities. I assume you can hear me now. Is that correct? So if someone can just make a tick and okay that you can hear me, because we had this technical problem. I'm sorry about this. Okay, we're fine now. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your help.
And let's make now a comparison. Why do we need to make this comparison? Not all systems serve the same purpose. So we have the ERP system, we have some task-centric systems, some task management systems. So while ERP manages the core business, okay, which could be the finance, the procurement, the HR, is not built for the facility management operation. So many times that's one big mistake. We're taking an ERP and we are trying to stress it in order to handle facility management operations that are technical operations. So not all systems serve the same purpose. So ERP manages the business, what we call the soft business. On the other hand, we have some task-centric systems. Task-centric systems are some simple systems. You can find it sometimes some web systems, some low-cost subscription systems where you're handling only tickets, you're handling only requests, some workflows. So I'm creating a ticket, I'm assigning the ticket to somebody else can assign the ticket to someone else and say, okay, I did it, I didn't do that. So that's what we call task-centric incident management, case management, okay. These systems are most of the times built for speed. So it's easy to implement, it's easy to make the implementation, easy installation. Sometimes they do not even need any installation. So you create the task, you share the task, but still is not to manage the facility management operations. So an ERP is not built for FM operations. A task-centric system is just a simple system that is built for speed. Okay, but the main difference here, when we're talking for a CAFM system, is that the CAFM system is built for facility management operation. So when facility operations become complex, okay, speed alone is not enough. So a task management, a task-centric system is not enough because the only thing that you need is not only speed, okay? On the other hand, finance tools like ERP systems are not designed for the job. So when you really need, what you really need in facility management is structure, visibility, and control, and that's where a CAFM system comes in. So a CAFM system needs to have in its DNA the asset management, maintenance management, facility management, and the people management when we are talking for field technicians, people that is in the heart of the facility management. Okay. So when facility management operations becoming complex, we need a CAFM system. An ERP system is for the business control. A task-centric system is only for the execution speed. But when it comes to operational control structure, then that where CAFM system comes in. So the more demanding your operations, the more you need structure, the more you need a CAFM system. Of course, a CAFM system could be integrated with systems, other existing systems that you might have in your organization, and we're going to talk about that in a later stage of this presentation. So let's go to the heart of the presentation. We're going to discuss about the influencing factors of CAFM system. We're going to discuss about 11 important factors that you need to have in your consideration when it comes to a CAFM system investment. So let's start with the first one, what we call the strategic alignment. So a CAFM system should support the overall facility management strategy and business objectives. Before investing, organizations must clearly define what operational improvements they expect. And this is one of the really important factors. Before choosing a CAFM platform, you need to ask a simple but critical question. What we are trying to improve? Is it the maintenance efficiency? Is it the asset visibility? Is it the cost control? Could be the service quality, okay? So if the software is not aligned with the broader operational strategy, quickly becomes just another tool rather than a system that drives the real operational improvement. That's why in some cases organizations goes to handle with stressing the ERP or with a single case management software, and in many cases in the start they believe that would be fine. But then they found out that is not fine. Why? Because they didn't set the main target or the main targets. So what you are looking for, other organizations focus on the maintenance efficiency. Other organizations focus on the cost control. Some other organizations need the asset visibility and the service quality. So it's always what you would like to do. What are your main targets? And of course, when we're talking about the CAFM system, there are too many categories of companies that they are using the CAFM system. There are companies that are serving customers. So in this audience, you might be from a facility management company that you are serving your customers with facility management services. Or also, on the other hand, we might have some organizations that they're handling internally their facility management. So if you're handling internally the facility management of your organization with internal teams, again, the software is the same. A CAFM system can handle both situations, but the targets are different, okay? So probably the asset visibility is more important when you have your own assets, but when you are serving customers, the service quality is more important, okay? So strategic alignment is the first really important factor. And let's go to the second one, what we call executive commitment. For me, as a business development manager, that I'm talking every day with hundreds of customers all around the globe, this is one of the most important. So successful adoption of a CAFM system requires a strong support from the leadership of your organization. So if facility management must be seen as a strategic function and not just a reactive maintenance activity, then you will not fail. One of the biggest success factors in all software adoptions, not only for the CAFM, today we're talking about CAFM because we are in the facility management sector, but when we're talking of all software, one of the biggest success factors is leadership commitment. So when top management understands that facility management directly impacts operationally continuity, safety, and cost efficiency, then the CAFM system becomes a strategic investment. Otherwise, will become an IT project. Without this support, adoption across all the organization, the adoption becomes more difficult. So the CAFM system is not an IT project, is not an IT tool. IT will be involved on that, to handle the technical aspects of the project, but in fact, it's a strategic investment. Okay, it is a business software. It is a business solution. We're talking about operations. So don't forget the executive commitment. Don't forget to involve your leadership inside these projects. Let's go to the third factor, what we call the operational readiness. So most of the cases, organizations do not do that. They need to evaluate whether their current processes are structured enough to be digitized. Undefined or inconsistent workflows will create confusion even with the best software. So, in most of the cases, you are not going to hear this factor from someone from the commercial department as myself or from a salesman, okay? Because everyone wants to sell his product. And I'm watching every day in LinkedIn and in other business congress and conferences, companies to say that technology will fix your problems, but technology cannot fix unclear processes. So before implementing in a software solution, before implementing in a CAFM system, your organization needs to review how you are currently handling the work orders, the preventive maintenance, the reactive maintenance, the approvals, the reporting, everything. Because if your processes are inconsistent and undocumented, then digitizing them only transfer the confusion into the system. So if you have a confusion right now, technology and software is not your solution. Technology and software will transfer the solution from outside of the software inside the software platform. And then many times organization says that the software is a problem. We didn't buy the correct software, so we must consider another kind of software or another kind of solution, but the problem wasn't there. The problem wasn't from the beginning that the processes was unclear. Okay, so even today, the audience, you are from a company that you're providing facility management to customers. Either you are a company that you are handling your own facility management. Either you are an IT company that you are promoting CAFM systems and you are selling CAFM systems. Okay, first of all, you need to make clear and optimize the existing processes. Number four is the asset data structure. Again, this is something that we often see. Clean, well-organized asset data is the foundation of an effective CAFM system. Without proper asset hierarchies, locations, equipment, sites, customer sites, if you're serving your customers, the system cannot deliver reliable insights. Okay? So, CAFM systems rely heavily on structured asset information. So every building, floor, system, piece of equipment needs to be clearly defined. When the structure is well organized, the platform can provide valuable insights such as the maintenance history, the cost tracking, the asset performance. So before investing, you need to map everything. You need to map all your asset data structure to be ready to be imported to the system. The stakeholder alignment. So this is also important because facility managers, technicians, finance teams, management must share common expectations. So clear communication between departments ensures smoother implementation and better adoption. So in many cases, we're going to a meeting with the facility management department. We're taking the order, so we agree with the customer. We're starting the implementation, and everything is fine. And then suddenly, other departments appears the finance team, the commercial team, some other department, and say, "Okay, stop it. You didn't ask me." Okay. So again, you must share your common expectations. So facility management does not operate in isolation. Finance operations, procurement, technical teams are involved. Everyone is involved there. So, or your company is involved, or your organization is involved. When all stakeholders understand the purpose of the CAFM system and how it supports their work, the implementation becomes much smoother and the collaboration improves significantly. Okay? So before starting discussing with your supplier, please everyone of the company, every stakeholder, you need to invite him in this journey, in this process. Okay, so do not keep it in your facility management division. That is the message of this slide. And let's go to the user adoption and training. So technology only works when people actually use it. So simple interfaces, mobile access, proper training are what is critical for your technicians and facility teams. A CAFM system is only valuable if the people in the field actually use it. So technicians need simple tools, mobile access, clear workflows that help them to complete the task faster. So training and user experience plays a huge role in ensuring that the system becomes part of their daily operations. So you need to try and choose a system that would be the best for the daily operations of your field teams. So please, in the meetings, in the pre-sales meetings, in the technical analysis meetings, in the technical definition meetings, invite people from the field and ask them their opinion. There are your people that are going to use it, okay? So invite some of them to share with you your experience, to avoid later, in a later stage, your technician to say, I cannot work with this thing, I don't like this thing, I have so much job to do, I have other things to do, I cannot work with this application. Let's go to the integration with existing systems. In the beginning of this presentation, in the beginning of this webinar, I explained a little bit the ERP, the task-centric systems, case management system, other systems that you might already have in your organization. Okay, so all these systems, together with new era systems like IoT systems, building management systems, PLC systems, SCADA systems, so now automation is everywhere. So a CAF platform should be connected with all these other existing or future investments of your organization, such as the ERP, the IoT, could be also HR. So integration eliminates data silos and creates unified operational environment. Modern organizations rely on multiple digital systems. If your organization is not there yet, will be in a few years. So now, start from now asking your supplier, your potential supplier, ask him if he is future-proof on integration, if he has an open architecture of integration, if he have an open API to integrate it. So put this on the table, even it's not for now, and it's for a few years later. Because a CAFM platform should not operate in isolation. So an integration with all these existing systems and again, ERP, IoT, existing systems, procurement platforms in many cases to handle the spare parts and consumables and new equipment. So when a system communicates with each other, you gain a much more complete operational picture. Let's talk a little bit about scalability and future growth. Okay, I mentioned many times during this presentation the future growth, and a system needs to be future-proof, and the scalability of the system has also to do with that. So a platform nowadays should be capable of supporting organizational growth, additional facilities, new operational requirements. So a flexible architecture protects your investment long term. When you invest in a CAFM solution, you should think beyond your current needs, because facilities expand, operations grow, requirements evolve. So a scalable platform ensures that the system can support additional buildings, additional assets, new workflows without requiring a complete replacement. Okay? So it's really important to have a system that can grow with your organization or can change with your organization in the future. Because we are in 2025 and nothing stays the same for a big period. Sometimes we are talking with customers and they're concerned about how they are going to handle the system, the users, the daily requirements, the daily work orders, and all this stuff that is your daily job. But a CAFM system for facility managers needs also a clear visibility into performance metrics. So maintenance cost, response times, asset reliability. So a good CAFM system transforms operational data into actionable insights. And this is not only a matter of the platform, it's also a matter of the company that you're going to cooperate with them. So I'm not listening really often from customers to discuss about KPIs and about metrics. So evaluate your supplier there. Ask him if he knows about KPIs, if he knows about reporting, if he knows about methodology of analyzing data. So this is also important. It's not only a platform. You need to have a company that understands these things. Okay? It's not only daily execution. Facility management is not daily execution. Probably most of this audience, you are facility managers from all around the globe, and you know all this better than me. So one of the most powerful advantages of CAFM systems is visibility. So you can monitor key performance indicators, maintenance cost, response times, asset reliability, operational efficiency. So this data allows your organization to move from reactive management to data-driven decision-making, from feeling good decision-making to fact-based decision making. And with that way, your high-level management will accept the system, will approve budgets to upgrade the system, only with that way. Otherwise, if it's an IT tool for your team, management will say, okay, we invested once, forget it, okay? So it's really important to stay on the reporting and the KPI visibility. Now, the vendor expertise and the implementation support is also one important thing. You know, nowadays we have some software companies that are on the cloud with web applications. You can go there, you can download their application. It seems really nice for you. It's really costly and cost sensitive, so really good cost, cheap applications. But what happens about the vendor expertise and the implementation support? So the success of a CAFM project depends not only on the software, but also on the implementation partner. So industry knowledge and structured onboarding are essential for your long-term success. So choosing the right vendor is just as important as choosing the right software. Okay? So a partner with a real facility management experience can guide the implementation, can help structure processes, and ensure that the organization gains the maximum value from the platform. So as important is to choose the right software, the same important is to choose the right vendor. Last but not least, I'm working in the sales more than 28 years, and once I'm sending an offer, always, the customer will reply that you are expensive. And in many cases, companies could be expensive, but what is expensive and what is cheap? How you evaluate that? So we evaluate two factors: the return on investment that we already discussed about this, and the total cost of ownership. So you should evaluate not only the initial software cost, but also the implementation, the training, the long-term support, understanding the full investment to ensure a realistic ROI, return on investment expectation. Organizations should look beyond the initial purchase price, implementation services, data preparation, training, ongoing support, and contribute to the total investment. So understanding the full cost picture helps your organization plan properly and ensure a realistic return of investment. So more or less, that was the 11 more important factors that you need to take in your consideration, because before making an investment to a CAFM system, we're also discussing what is a CAFM system, some differences of a CAFM system with other systems. So let me say a little bit about our CAFM system. Okay, so we're trying to provide with Vortex CAFM some key differentiators. So the end-to-end visibility, real tracking of spaces, assets, work orders, occupancy, operational control is the focus of our suite. It's a mobile-first workforce enablement, so facility teams can manage requests, inspections, tasks from anywhere, improving response times. The integration ready, so you can connect Vortex Suite with your ERP, existing ERP, building management system, IoT platforms, access control systems, so we do not have any data silos. We also have a data-driven facility insights, so provide actionable KPIs and analytics for space utilization, for maintenance planning, and cost optimization. And we're trying also to have a flexible solution and scalable to support multi-site portfolios, multi-site companies, buildings complexity, evolves with your facility management strategy without the need of adding operational burden. So all these factors that I analyzed before, we're trying to include it in our CAFM suite. And In many cases, you are hearing some terms from the market. So until now, I talk about the CAFM and some other entities like the ERP, like the task management systems. But every day, you're listening terms like field management, field service management, maintenance management. There's an inventory management there. There's offer management. So there are many, many different things. So check out also this one, because field service management applications in most of the cases has to do by tracking the field service activities of the technicians, check-in, check-out, real-time location. Yes, they have a simple structure of assets. On the other hand, we have maintenance systems. Maintenance systems can really go deeply in the asset hierarchy, can go deeply in the machinery, but in most of the cases do not have features for field technicians. So what we saw in that screen is that Vortex is all-in-one solution. So we have the field service management module to handle all your field activities, the maintenance management to handle your maintenance. Could be your organization, could be your customers. We have also commercial features for inventory management, purchasing management. You can also handle offerings if you are serving customers. This apply. You can also see some projects. If you have a huge facility management projects, you might also need project management features, and also ticketing if you are serving customers or inside your organization. So in case of Vortex, we have all this in one suite. And again, what is really important is the integration and the connectivity. So Vortex can also handle with all the entities that have back office systems, mobile application, portals for customer, portals for some contractor, due sophisticated API. We can be integrated with ERP, existing ERP, third-party software, automations, and any other external system or application. BMS systems could be there, anything. So before closing this short webinar, let me wrap up a little bit. If you do not have any CAFM software and you're looking for a CAFM software, what could be a structured path to follow to have a successful CAFM journey from the first day of the investigation up to the final day of go live? So first of all, you need to define your requirements. So understand maintenance challenges, your asset scope, what kind of KPIs do you need, what are your business objectives, okay? Business objectives in all levels of your organization, because management has some other objectives, middle management has some other objectives, high-level management other objectives, daily users, technicians, field teams, execution teams, other kind of targets. So define with your supplier your requirements. That's what we are doing. Solution alignment. So what we are doing is to match our suite, Vortex suite capabilities to the operational needs and the use cases of its customers. That what we are doing, that what you need to do with all your suppliers. And then after that, you need to watch a live demonstration, relevant workflows to yours, using real life scenarios, maintenance scenarios, facility management scenarios, any of that. Okay, so define your requirements. Try to align with some solutions that are on the market, and then require from your suppliers to present you a live demonstration. Then you need to go to a commercial proposal. There, ask to understand the licensing model, ask to understand the implementation scope, timelines, to understand the total cost of ownership overview. Would be a subscription, would be a perpetual, does it have any renewals, does it have maintenance contracts yearly? So evaluate all this from the commercial proposal of your supplier, and then you can go to the negotiation and alignment to finalize the terms. Again, the scope there, you might need to have some last time changing in scopes or change request or whatever. And try to align your expectations with your supplier expectations. Align your expectations with your supplier expectations. Most successful project is the one that the expectations of the customer and the expectations of the supplier are aligned. I have some questions before closing here. Yes, we can share this presentation directly after this webinar finish. You will receive the recording in your email. There is a recording here also, and also the file of the presentation. You will receive all this in your emails. Okay, there is a really interesting question if command center required for CAFM. It's not required. CAFM can work also without this, and how an IC3 differs from CAFM solution. This is, let me say, in another chapter that probably we can have something like another probably informational webinar, or I might send you some information about this in your email after this webinar, because we need some time to analyze this. But the one thing has nothing to do with the other. So CAFM is really independent from IC3. But I will send you some specific information in your emails after the webinar about this issue. That is really important. Thank you for the question. We have some other questions that are typing. Okay, yes, thank you. I will come back on that. Before closing, so let me say that CAFM adoption is not a software decision, it's an operational transformation. You could be an organization that you would like to handle your own assets. You could be an organization that you would like to handle your customer assets and facilities, not only assets and facilities, everything. But in any case, it's an operational transformation. So you need to focus on assets, you need to focus on people, you need to focus on processes, you need to create some SOPs, you need to have some realistic return of investment. Only then the CAFM system could becoming a strategic advantage and not just another system. I'll wait for a few seconds if you have any other question. Okay, fantastic. So thank you very much for your time. I apologize for a technical problem that we had in the beginning of the presentation, but technical problems can easily happen nowadays with so much systems. So thank you very much for your time, and take care, everyone, in all regions. I will share with you the presentation, the recording, the answer to this specific question that we have about IC3, and I will have all my personal details there to this email, so you can come back to me with any additional question you would like. Thank you very much. Have a nice day, everyone. Take care. Thank you.